Hey guys, welcome back. So, I'm going to be unboxing Frederic Malle Monsieur. Okay, let me start. So, this is what the box looks like. Wow. So, they have given a detailed I know I haven't read this yet, but I'm not gonna read it now. If you guys are interested, you can pause the video and maybe see what's mentioned. Is on the side. Okay. The top and bottom, I think there's a card that's okay. So it's like this, and I believe I can already smell the fragrance. Wow. So so what happened? I went to Mecca, planning to buy Diptyque's Tam Dao. So I don't know why I've been like craving sandalwood fragrances recently because I have a couple of fragrances that dry down to a beautiful sandalwood kind of scent, and it's addictive. Sandalwood is very addictive because I'm from India, and my native place is not that far from like the Mysore sandalwood kind of play, like where it is. Mysore sandalwood is like the most popular sandalwood in the world, isn't it? So it's not that uncommon. Like we used to have this sandalwood steaks at home and all that. We used like it's not like it's not rare or it's not unusual to have like you get to see sandalwood pretty much in temples, and then they apply it on their heads sometimes. Like it's like yeah, it's a cultural thing. So but up until my time in India, I've never had this craving for sandalwood for some reason. Like in general, fragrances I only started using like 2 years back, I believe. Now I'm craving sandalwood. I'm sure like if I go to India, I'll get myself like a nice sandalwood attar or something like that. Because these fragrances, as I mentioned in my earlier video, like I need to stop buying these fragrances. But this one, like like what actually happened in Mecca? So I like tried Tamdao, both the EDT and the EDP, and for some reason I didn't like it that much. It was more like vanillic than sandalwoody. So I started trying other fragrances, and I accidentally tried this fragrance. I've tried this before, but for some reason when I tried it today, I was like blown away. I I like patchouli fragrances. Like this is it's like what is it like? I'm surprised myself when I like because most of the fragrances that I gravitate towards um, either have patchouli or leather, and not any kind of patchouli. Patchouli done like in a certain way, like the boozy patchouli and uh, yeah, boozy, mainly boozy patchouli. I love I like the other fragrance, the Incident Diplomatique by Jovoy. That has boozy patchouli as well, and it has vetiver as well. But I'm not sure if this one has vetiver. But the patchouli, oh my god, this patchouli is probably one of the best patchoulis that I've tried. I can say I can say the best patchouli I think I've tried so far. Um, yeah, let me go ahead and test it. Tell you guys how it smelled like. If anyone is interested, I think the batch code is 183020046. 183020046. The camera is not picking. Okay, let it be. The perfumer is Bruno Jovanovic. Oh, what can I say? Mhm. Definitely reminds me of some fragrance. I'm not sure which one it is. So when I tried at the Mecca today, this afternoon, it reminded me of Incident Diplomatique. It doesn't. I'm not saying it smells like Incident Diplomatique, but it smells like Incident Diplomatique minus the vetiver. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if there is a little bit of vetiver, but this is mostly patchouli what I'm smelling. It's a very dark green kind of patchouli. and you can smell the booziness actually. But after like the booziness stays for a very short period of time. Wow. So spray is nice. You can control the amount of juice that it. Slightly medicinal as well. So I've noticed that like my different parts of my hand, right? I think in general, I'm not sure if this happens to others, but mm, like my pulse points, they react differently to like depends on where I spray. Depending on where I spray, right? I get different notes. That's what I've noticed at least about fragrances. I think it kind of has this patchouli, Tom Ford patchouli absolute kind of smell, but that one has a lot of musk in it. But this one does not have the musk. Okay, let's go ahead and check the note breakdown and see what it has. Mm-mm. Fragrance. Because I was watching a review by Arendt Shoes, and he mentioned that this has leather, but I'm not sure if it has leather. Let's take a look at the notes. So this one has patchouli. Top notes are rum and tangerine. Middle notes are patchouli, incense, cedar, and amber. Base notes are musk and vanilla. So this one does not have leather, but Aaron Terence Hughes thinks this one has leather. And I and I remember reading some. I think probably in the reviews, I remember reading somewhere that this one has a lot of incense. I'm not getting that much of. So on my this part of my hand, I think it still does a little bit of booziness. I can smell. Whereas over here, I just smell patchouli. Hmm. It's nice. Probably, it definitely one of the best patchoulis. It's like at least the top three patchoulis that I've tried. Hmm. So what is that? So the top notes are rum and tangerine, and the middle notes are patchouli, incense, cedar, and amber. Amber, incense, cedar. Can't smell anything else apart from patchouli. So it even has musk and vanilla in the base. I'll have to wait and see like how it reacts on my skin. Mm, in the reminds me of section on Fragrantica, I can't see anything that I'm familiar with. So they have mentioned patchouli absolute, but then it has got more downwards than it's got upwards. So That means like more people disagree than agree. So I don't know. Let's go through some of the comments. The opening is definitely similar to Bentley for Men Intense. I've never tried that. If you're looking for something close to this for cheaper, go with Bentley for Men Intense. Try it on. I get more of the patchouli and incense. I do like this so far. I need to give it more testing when the fall winter hits. Oh, look at this. This is an interesting comment. How much I wish this was less woody or at least not full on cedar. More amber would have been great. On the other hand, Monsieur smells so calm and collected, very much so like an attractive male. It's not sassy, too stylish, too modern, too unisex. It's a very masculine scent, but not mainstream. Monsieur is confident, almost self assertive, but not quite. It smells like a strong character, very poised, never overly emotional. Cedar, patchouli, incense are the main players. That's an interesting comment. Hmm. One of the driest, almost most seductive patchouli incense fragrances I have tried so far. It has got lots of positive reviews. And actually, that's one of the reasons. Like when I tested this at Merca, I immediately checked Fragrantica, and after reading all these positive reviews, I immediately bought it. this the reviews are one of the reasons that I bought it. Like otherwise, I would have. I'm not saying otherwise wouldn't have bought it. I'm saying I would have maybe waited and tested the fragrance, or you know, taken a few days and then bought it later. This because on the one hand you like it so much. I'm a patchouli, as Sebastian says. I think I guess I'm a patch ho. So and this the other thing, Aaron Terrace shoes. He mentioned that I think he reviewed this a year back. I only watched it today after I bought this. He mentioned that the fragrance is not named correctly. Like it shouldn't be Monsieur, and I kind of agree to that because this doesn't smell like that kind of gentlemanly, kind of, not that kind of fragrance. Although I don't know how old this is. Maybe gentlemen in that time period smell like this or what, I'm not sure. But let me have a look when this was created. It's launched in 2015. It's not that old, hardly 7 years, right? I don't know. Yeah, this smells a bit dark, and it's yeah. You can say it's pretty much like just to give a comparison. If you reduce the muskiness in the patchouli absolu, it smell pretty much like this. And if you remove the vetiver from incident diplomatic, I think it would smell something like this as well. But it's a very addictive patchouli. That's all I can say. It's a beautiful patchouli. There's incense in it, but to my nose, I'm not sure if those two fragrances that I mentioned they have incense. I don't think they have incense in it. So that could be like an interesting twist, so that it doesn't become redundant in my collection. Incident diplomatique, and that's one of my all-time favorite fragrances. This just the combination of earthy vetiver and boozy patchouli. I mean, I would even consider that like the number one fragrance in my collection now. Like if I had to like um, what do you call that? Sort it in a particular order um, of my most favorite fragrances, just for the uniqueness and for the smell, right? Because I don't remember I have smelled a fragrance anything like Incident Diplomatic. It's very unique. Boozy patchouli and earthy vetiver. What a combination! I'm a fan of both. Like vetiver and patchouli, so you get the best of both worlds, right? I don't think any other fragrance has done that. It's so unique in that way, and that's the reason it's like one of my favorite fragrances. And it doesn't have incense in it. So let me check if patchouli absolute has incense in it. Patchouli absolute. It has leather, patchouli, citriana, bergamota, wood, bay leaf, rosemary, tonka bean. It doesn't have. So I still get the booziness on this side. So far, I'm loving it. I mean, I'm not disappointed. I at all. Like the first impression. Um, and if you're a patchouli lover, I mean, this is a must buy. So I think I'll very soon try to revisit my top patchouli fragrances. I don't have that many. It would be like a top four or top five maybe. But whatever I have, they're some of the best patchoulis. I would say this one is one, and Stamford's patchouli absolute is Givenchy, Gentleman. What else do I have? Incident Diplomatic is another one. I have Patchouli Leaves by Montal. Oh, I think that's it. I think I should stop with this patchouli madness to try and explore some other notes. That's why I started like I like I've been obsessed with iris for the past few months, and for some reason, like you see, if I go to the store with some fragrance in mind, I generally try not to, um, what do you call that? Lose focus so that I end up buying something else. You know what I mean? So I just go there and then look for that specific fragrance, or at least that fragrances with the dominant note that I'm looking for, and then come back if I don't find this one. I mean, as I said, I guess I'm a patch whore, so whenever I smell something, I smell a fragrance that has good patchouli in it, I just buy it for it. It's yeah, patchouli. That's what patchouli does to me. Patchouli, boozy patchouli, amazing. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.